All right, what's going on, guys? I was searching online before I purchased this and the Sound Blaster ZxR, and I didn't see a review or an unboxing online. So when I went to order one off the Creative's website, this was the last one, and I decided to make this video for you guys or anybody thinking about buying this. So let's go over the box first. Here it's got the card and the ACM, which is the audio control module, which we'll get to that later. Here it's got all the different logos of all the new features that Creative is including. SBX, Crystal Voice, so the same thing from the Recon card. Dolby Digital Live, DTS Connect. 3D Surround for the headphones is included on this. Saw that a lot of people in different forums were saying that this was not included on various Sound Blaster Z cards. That's just not true. It is. The big thing about the Sound Blaster Z series is the 600 amp that's included for better quality headphones. You got Scout mode, which will enhance like footsteps, knife noises, shell casings in like first-person shooters, so you hear them more pronounced when you're playing. Soundcore 3D is just the processor that it's using. It's got 24-bit, 192 kilohertz sound quality and the 124 signal noise ratio. And I'm pretty sure this is the highest signal to noise ratio card out there, at least in the lower end of the market. I'm sure if you go in the higher or upper end market, you know, $500,000 audio equipment, you probably can get higher. But as far as this price point, I'm pretty sure this is the best quality you can get right now. It also says the ACM has a beamforming microphone, which I'll show you guys too. On the back, it just goes into detail about all those various things I told you about. Sports Open AL, EAX 5.0, which not really used anymore. Alchemy, which is supposed to bridge the gap between Open AL and EAX. That's about it there. On the side here, you can kind of see the two cards are positioned here, detailing out all the endpoints, but that's kind of cool. Little feature of the box. Alright, let's open it up. See what we got here. Looks like we got a optical cable, driver CD, and that's it on that box. Kind of for looks, I guess, on the box. Is too bad. So we'll start with the second card here. This is the kind of daughter card that comes off. It does have its own sound core processor on the board. This is mostly for the digital out and digital in. You also have aux in RCAs, which is kind of nice. Also, a side note: this card does not plug into the board. Has a or to your motherboard. Has a connector piece right here that connects back to the main card. Then we have the main board. So it is definitely larger than the normal Z series. Regular Z only comes to right about here. No, inputs we already saw. I'll take this bracket off here in a bit and we can look at the board and check out all the goodness underneath. Another little panel down here. There's that ribbon cable I was talking about that connects the two cards together. This will come in pretty handy. It's an RCA to Mini. So I guess I should explain the inputs here. You have a microphone input, headphone or output. That's dedicated headphones. And then you have your regular 5.1 output, so you can hook up, you know, a speaker and a headphone. The software actually has a switch on it. But my speaker set does not have RCA for the front right and front left, so they included this So you can hook that up and then just plug it right in through the mini. Kind of nice. Here we have the audio control module. And here's that the felt they always talk about in the Z and the ZX series on the packaging. Wow, so the knob doesn't have any sort of restrictiveness to it. It's got some glide to it. It's definitely different than, there's definitely a difference in regular volume knobs. I know that they had mentioned that there was a difference in that. So this is a braided cable that goes back to the sound card, and this is the headphones and microphone input. Plug that in, and then this you would like bring over to your monitor or by your keyboard, and you have microphone headphone in the larger connector and the headphone microphone in on the mini connector. Now they did state that only one will work, so you can't have headphone here and headphone here. Only one side will work at a time, according to Sound Blaster's site. And then you have the headphone volume here. If you can look, there's one right there. There's one of the microphones, and there's the other. If I can get it to show. There's another one right here. These are the two beamforming microphones that are supposedly part of that crystal voice that will detect where you are and only pick up you, supposedly. But we'll find out how good that works. And that is it. So let me get the card off, the top of this card off, and we'll take a look at that. I've taken the screws off the top. You know, this is an EMI shield. It's supposed to shield the card, the analog components of the card, from noise or electronical noise from maybe like your video card, which may be like right here. So the theory is that the noise or the disruption would hit this EM shield and then ground out through the screws that are connected to the grounding layer of the board. But anyways, here we go. So here you can see that there is a huge difference between the ZX versus the ZxR. You got all gold Nichicon caps. We even have interchangeable amps here. You also have upgraded digital analog converter on here. I'm not sure. I'm thinking it's up here, this chip right here. But I do know that it's a studio grade, quote unquote, per Creative digital amp conversion. Or I'm sorry, yeah, digital to analog conversion. But you also have this sort of, I think that's connected to the, yeah, it's connected to the grounding layer too. So this is probably to separate out the digital and the analog side of the board. So everything over here is going to be the analog processing and everything over here is going to be digital. It makes sense because this connector is over on this side and that would connect to the digital side of the card. So they definitely break out everything. And again, that would be that this side is emitting some sort of disruption to the quality of the signal over here, and this is to prevent that. It's got a sort of a black PCB, and everything seems to be gold. The connectors are gold. Even the inside, these little analog pieces all have gold connectors. And I know on the Recons, they did not have gold connectors on any of these. And some of the X-Fi series did not have gold connectors on any of this as well, which it's got to make somewhat of a difference, but I know you have to have all the way down the line good speakers or headphones in order to make that happen, but at least it's here on the card end. No power input at all. All draws from the board or the motherboard. But let me get close here so you guys can see. Pause here for a bit. I'll be putting this into my system here shortly. I'm going to do a review on it, but I'm going to wait until I ordered some Barrel Dynamics DT990s to go with this card. Specifically, I wanted to take advantage of the higher ohm amp that was included in this card. But I will do a review on the software, memory usage of the software. It's been a problem for me in the past with Creative that the memory usage of the software skyrockets after keeping your system on for 24 to 72 hours. I'll also go over my impressions of the sound quality versus the X5 series I had before this card. I opted out on the Recon 3D, but I'll give you guys my impressions, and I'll see you guys then.